They told me that you guys have been studying the tabernacle. You've been talking about where God resides. Well, guess what? Now he resides right here, provided that you make room for him. So just right here, can you lift up your hands and begin to make room for your Father? Lord, I promise to make room for you, God. Oh, God, yeah. I find space for what I treasure, and I make time for what I want. I choose my priorities, and Jesus, you're my number one. So I will make room for you. I will prepare for two, so you don't feel that you can't live here. Please live in me. I'll make room for you. I'll prepare for two, so you don't feel that you can't live here. Please live in me. Yeah. Live in me, Jesus. Yeah. I promise to make room for you, Jesus. Yeah. Does anybody promise that we will make room for you, Jesus? Yeah. So, my will, you can move that on. My way, God, you can move that on. My ego, you can move that on. Whatever it is, just move that on. Oh, my habits, just move that on. You can move it on. Oh, so I will make room for you, God. Yeah, so my habits, God, my attitude, you can move that on. Whatever it is, Jesus, if it's not like you, just you can move it over, God. Help me move it over. Hey, see, I will make room. Come on, shout it out. Say, Lord, you can move it over. You can move that over. You can move it over. You can move that over. My plans, my ambitions, you can move them over. My goals and my dreams, you can move it over. Oh, see, I will make room. Stay there at the 2. So, my Facebook time, you can move that over. My Instagram time, you can move that over. I know that power is coming on tonight, but oh, see, you can move it over. I will make room. Come on, one more time. Oh, my friends, Jesus, you can move that on. My family, God, you can move that on. Whatever's in your way, you can move that on. Whatever takes your place, you can move that on. Oh, I don't want it there, God. If it's in between me and you, Jesus, come on. So I will make room. Come on, Father's house, shout it out. Oh, I just thought that somebody would catch on and just begin to make room for God. Who cares about how I look right now? I'm making room for him right here. I'm making room for him right here. I need you to go ahead and forget about everything else and just make sure that you're making room for God right now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. 'Cause I find space for what I treasure, and I make time for what I want. I choose my priorities. And here's the best line. And Jesus, you're my number.
Hey, I'm Landy James with Lala Speaks, and I'm going to take a few minutes just to talk about the importance of staying in your lane and remaining focused. At the beginning of every new year, I attend a local service here in the Maryland area where they have like a leadership seminar where they invite pastors in, elders, and other ministerial leaders, but also they invite entrepreneurs and community leaders. And they have a series of speakers that come in and talk about just various things as people approach their new year to kind of give them a jump start for the new year. So 2018, I've been going for about 4 years now. 2018, I went and the message that I took away at 2018 was brighten the corner wherever you are. So my entire 2018 was about making sure that I have a positive impact on wherever I am, whatever corner I am working in, that people will receive that level of impact, a positive impact. As a result of my being there. So 2019, this year, it was about staying focused, being able to identify your distractions and eliminate them if necessary. You know why? Because distractions force you to lose your ground. They take you off course and they're a waste of time. And if anyone understands the currency of time, time is that currency that you never get back. So once you have spent those 5 seconds, you have literally lost those 5 seconds and you can never get that time back. And so it's important that once people begin to realize that time is a currency that is never returned to you, you can lose $5 and get $5, and a lot of people focus on money, but time is much more valuable than even money. And so if you lose it, you won't get it back. Therefore, you should be a good steward of the time that you have. And so distractions rob you of your time. They rob you of your energy. And sometimes we need to be more discriminative with the things that we focus on and that we spend our time and energy on, because again, time, you don't get it back. So let's go ahead and identify a few distractions, right? We have work, 9 to 5. A lot of us work, and so that can sometimes pull you off course. Some of us have kids, and our lives can get wrapped up in what's going on with our kids, right? That could be a distraction as well. A lot of us are involved in so many ministries at church or wherever you are working in your community. And these things may not necessarily be a part of your calling, but you're just doing them because you can or because you think, oh, okay, this is a nice thing to do, right? So we are involved with ministries, and then we have friendships, relationships that don't provide a healthy balanced way of living. And so they don't edify, they rob you of peace of mind, but yet still we stay in these relationships or these friendships. And then other distractions, when you find that you're a person in leadership or a person in the spotlight or a person who tends to get a lot of attention because of how you are going about doing what you're doing, people talk. And so another distraction can be trying to respond to the people who are talking. But dare I say, if you're in a position of leadership, your expectation should be that people should talk, that people will be talking. If they're not talking, you may be irrelevant. But if they're talking, you don't need to necessarily respond, because that again is now taking your time, right? But the biggest distraction I actually wanted to talk about was social media. Social media provides us with a peek and a glimpse into the lives of others, the parts of their lives that they want us to see. And a lot of us get caught up in what we see. Someone posted on Facebook, someone posted on Instagram, someone posted on Twitter, on Snapchat. A lot of us get caught up thinking like the high reel that they're giving you is their life, when it's really what they're choosing for you to see. And so sometimes we get caught up in this spirit of comparison. And what does the spirit of comparison do for us? It immobilizes us. It immobilizes us. The spirit of comparison. Why? Because you sit there and you're like, oh man, look at what he's doing. And I'm over here doing this, or they're over here working out, and I'm over here on the couch eating a Philly cheesesteak. You know, we get caught up in all the comparisons because of what someone else is presenting to us. But I always tell people, don't compare your chapter 5 to someone's chapter 20, because that makes you feel like, man, I ain't doing nothing. And that could make you become complacent. That could make you become discouraged, right? But at the same time, don't compare your chapter 20 to someone else's chapter 5 and then make you feel all good like you're doing something, you know? And so as a result of that, you should get lazy and not move forward as you have been moving forward. And the reason for that is because we have to understand that everybody is on their own journey. Everybody should be moving in the same direction if they are aligned where they should be moving, and moving in that same direction. We therefore understand that we are at different places. I can go in and talk about how when you come out of a difficult situation, your testimony can then help someone else who's getting ready to go in. We can talk about that. But the fact alone is, when you recognize that you have come out of and someone is going in, that tells you that we are all on different parts of our journey. And therefore, the spirit of comparison is negligible, because it shouldn't even exist. It shouldn't even exist. I was reading, and let me find it real quick. Philippians 3 verses 12 to 21. I'm going to read it from the Message version because I kind of like how they talk about it from the Message version, but the section is called Focused on Your Goal. Focused on the goal. Philippians 3, 12 to 21. It says, I'm not saying that I have this all together, that I have it made, but I am well on my way, reaching out for Christ, who has so wondrously reached out for me. Friends, don't get me wrong. By no means do I count myself an expert in all of this, but I've got my eye on the goal. See, it's important. Keep your eye on the goal. Stay focused, where God is beckoning us onward to Jesus. I am off and running, and I am not turning back. So let's keep focused on that goal. Those of us who want everything God has for us. Can I just pause right there? I tell people all the time, I want everything that God has for me. I don't want what God has for you. I don't want what God has for you. I want what He has for me. And the reason I want that is because it's for me. Me. I don't want what He has for you. I pray you get what He has for you. And I pray that you pray that I get what He has for me. I'm continuing. If any of you have something else in mind, something less than total commitment, God will clear your blurred vision. You'll see it yet. Now that we're on the right track, let's stay on it. Stick with me, friends. Keep track of those you see running the same course, headed for this same goal. Now that keep track of I just paused. That keep track of those you see running the same course, headed for the same goal, does not mean that you follow them on social media and you just checking to see what's going on and you become now a voyeur in their life. It means that you recognize that everybody should be moving on the same course to the same goal. That provides now accountability, what we're supposed to be doing within our community for each other. Accountability. That's not checking up on, I just want to see what she got going on today and I'm over here doing nothing. That's not that. Checking up on, accountability. We're going to be holding each other accountable based on the direction we should be moving in and the goal that we should be seeking. Okay? Unpause. There are many out there taking other paths, choosing other goals, and trying to get you to go along with them. Don't be distracted. Be prayerful, knowing that there are other things happening that may not have anything to do with you and your journey and where you're supposed to be going. Where was I? I've warned you of them many times. Sadly, I'm having to do it again. It's okay to repeat the message. You know, you may have heard this already. Don't get distracted thing. And you may find yourself distracted currently. I'm repeating the message for you. Don't get distracted. Get back on the ball. Stay focused. All they want is easy street. They hate Christ's cross. But easy street is the dead end street. Those who live there make their bellies their gods. Belches are their praise. All they can think of is their appetites. But there's far more to life for us. We're citizens of high heaven. We're waiting the arrival of the Savior, the Master, Jesus Christ, who will transform our earthly bodies into glorious bodies like his own. He'll make us beautiful and whole with the same powerful skill by which he is putting everything as it should be under and around him. So it's important that we recognize that we all have our own journey to take. Not only do we recognize that we have our own journey to take, but so does the other person. So it's our job that as we are on our journey, we encourage those around us, those who need accountability partners. We serve as their accountability partner, but we don't take the position that, oh, I see you over there working and I'm not doing anything. I talked about social media because social media allows people to sit back and just watch, scroll and watch, but they're wasting their time and not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So if you find yourself doing that, stop. There's no other way to say it, but stop. Find your purpose and cling to that through Christ. Find it through prayer, through studying his word. The only person who can inform you as to what your purpose is and who can inform you as to who you are is your creator. No one else can do that. Go straight to his word. Be prayerful. Ask him to send the right people around you so that they can encourage you to finding that purpose and staying on course. And sometimes when you do get distracted, help them. Let them help you get back on course, or just dig yourself down deeper into his word and in prayer. So allow him to inform your purpose. So I charge you the following 6 things, all right? First things first, commit this thing to prayer. Ask God to reveal your assignment to you. Pray about it. Ask him to reveal it. Second thing, listen to and wait for the answer. And then when you get the answer, write it down. Write it down somewhere that you can see it every day, that you are reminded that this is the thing that you are working on. This is your assignment. Stay focused on this thing. Write it down. Put it somewhere that you can see it every single day. Third thing, get to work. You are now on your journey. Congratulations. You are now on your way toward living a fulfilled and purpose-driven life. So what do you do when you're on the journey? You want to surround yourself with people, with activities that support your journey. You want to avoid distractions. You want to make sure that you make choices that get you closer to your goal. 4, because I'm a coach, I'm going to say it. You must check in. You must assess. And what does check in and assess mean? What has happened thus far? How far have you gotten? Look back at your prayer requests. Look back at the testimonies that are associated with with those prayer requests, and allow that to fuel your next steps. 5, help someone else discover their journey. Help someone else discover their assignment. Tell them how you did what you did. Help someone else so that you can now have a community of people who are working for the kingdom, focused for the kingdom. And then finally, 6, as you live in your purpose, give him the praise. Give him the praise. Congratulations, you are now living a fulfilled life. I'm Landy with Lala Speaks. Pray for me. I'm going to pray for you that we continue on the journey that has been set before us, and that we don't get weary, we don't get tired, but that we are encouraged even in the midst of our difficulty. We understand that we will come out because God has given us everything we need to be successful as we journey. God bless you.
Trying to make heaven my home.
the mansion God has prepared for me, to be made holy and to live eternally. That my living will not be in vain. I'll endure heartache and pain. Oh, the joy when I get finished running this race. Lord, I struggle every single day. I'm trying to make heaven my home someday. Lord, I've got, I wanna see you just for me. You died just to set me free. I gotta thank you. I gotta thank you. Oh, yes, to behold His face. Oh, what joy when I oh, the joy that we're gonna share.